everybody, it's BC Begley, and these are your news headlines for November the 7th of 2022. The Powerball jackpot has rolled over to a record $1.9 billion for Monday's drawing. The Powerball jackpot is now at a record $1.9 billion after it rolled over on Saturday evening because no tickets sold had matched all 6 of the drawn numbers. Brace for mass attacks on power grid, Zelensky says. Kiev's residents told to prepare to evacuate. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky warned Sunday night that Iranian drones, which Ukraine says Russia is using to attack its cities and energy networks, could be used to launch another barrage of attacks on its energy infrastructure. Subtropical storm Nicole takes aim at Florida. Subtropical storm Nicole has formed in the Atlantic Ocean, and it will impact the east coast of Florida and the southeast United States starting on Tuesday. The Iowa teen who killed her alleged rapist and was sentenced to probation has escaped from custody. Piper Lewis, the Iowa teenager who killed a man she said raped her and was sentenced to probation and ordered to pay restitution to his family, has escaped from a residential corrections facility, according to Iowa's 5th Judicial District Department of Corrections. At least 1 killed and 5 wounded in 3 separate shootings across Boston within minutes. At least 1 person was killed and 5 others were wounded in 3 separate shootings across the city of Boston, Massachusetts on Sunday evening, police have said. A total lunar eclipse is happening on Tuesday, and it won't happen again for 3 years. A total lunar eclipse will happen on Tuesday, and it might be a good time to go outside and catch a peek because the next time you'll see it is 3 years from now. North Korea says missile tests were practices to mercilessly strike key South Korean and U.S. targets. North Korean military officials confirmed on Monday that their recent missile tests were intended as practice to mercilessly strike South Korean and American targets as the East Asian country signals intent to attack military bases and Operation Command systems. A California man says a meteor destroyed his home after he heard a big bang. Northern California officials are looking into the possibility that a meteorite destroyed a home in Nevada County Friday evening. The house caught fire after several witnesses described a bright ball of light falling from the sky. Jake Sullivan has held talks with Putin aides amid nuclear fears, according to the Wall Street Journal. White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan has held talks with top aides to Russian President Vladimir Putin amid rising tensions between Washington and Moscow in recent weeks, according to an article that was published by the Wall Street Journal. The National Park Service wants humans to stop licking toads. Go into almost any national park and there's often reminders to refrain from going near, petting, or feeding the wildlife. Not licking strange animals was simply a given until now. The National Park Service has added tongue contact with the Sonoran desert toad among its various warnings for park visitors. Death toll rises after plane crash in Lake Victoria in Tanzania. The death toll from Sunday's plane crash in Lake Victoria in Tanzania has jumped to 19, the Prime Minister said, after the Precision Air flight with dozens of passengers aboard plunged into water while approaching the northwestern city of Bukoba. Markets, Bitcoin and Ethereum prices pull back after weekend gain on sign U.S. inflation may be easing. Bitcoin and Ethereum fell in Monday morning trading in Asia as the cryptocurrency market gave up some of the gains made over the weekend on the back of the United States job numbers that came out on Friday, which indicated inflation may be easing in the world's biggest economy. On Saturday, Bitcoin, the world's largest cryptocurrency, rose to a 7-week high of $21,446. Multiple explosions reported at coastal Georgia chemical plant, neighborhoods evacuated. Emergency crews have responded to a chemical plant in coastal Georgia after reports of multiple explosions. The Glenn County Sheriff's Office confirmed a large fire at the Semirs chemical plant and posted a photo that shows large plumes of smoke. Tennessee election officials vow to find cause of mistake after hundreds of early votes cast in wrong races. Tennessee election officials said that the hundreds of citizens who voted in incorrect congressional races due to a redistricting mishap will be able to cast provisional ballots on Election Day and vowed to get down to the root cause of the mistake once the elections are over. Philippine prisons chief charged in journalist's killing. Philippine authorities filed murder charges on Monday against the top prison's official and an aide, accusing them of masterminding the killing of a radio commentator in an elaborate crime they said showed that the country's prison system had been turned into a, quote, criminal organization.